Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I am Ryan Bolden. Thank you all for joining me once again. I appreciate everyone that subscribe, and I appreciate the viewers who are watching. I really appreciate you guys. You could be watching someone else, but you choose to watch me, and I appreciate you. Yeah, so let's get right into this. I did a 1 minute video on this person, this guy who allegedly has the chromosomes of a man, punch a woman so hard that she essentially quit after 46 seconds. Okay. Well, what I found out is that he's going to be fighting another woman. Yeah, he's going to be fighting another one. This guy, he was already banned, but he's going to be fighting another woman, and no telling what's going to happen here. Let's get right into this article. I got to read you guys this article because I want you to hear this for yourself, and then I'm going to give you a commentary on what I believe the bigger picture of all of this madness really is, because this shouldn't even be happening. Anyone with sense should know this ought not be happening, but it is happening, and it keeps happening. No one is stopping it, and I'm going to try to answer why I believe no one is stopping it and why it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's get right into this article. This is absolutely insane, man. The title of the article actually is fighter alleged to have male chromosomes, set to face Hungarian Anna Luca Hamara after Italian opponent only lasted 46 seconds. And have a picture of this demon in the red, okay, looking all like he's, ugh. Anyway, I hope I pronounce this person's name right. Iman Kilev's first female opponent. Even if I'm messing up his name, I don't care, because he's a loser. But anyway, first female opponent only lasted 46 seconds into the first round. We don't know how long her next opponent will last, but we know who she will face. They're calling she, but this is not a she, okay? Kilev, the fighter who failed the International Boxing Association's gender eligibility test in 2023 and is yet allowed to compete against females in 2024 Paris Olympics. Of course, in Paris, a place that isn't that where the French Revolution took place in the late 17th century, like 1770, 1778, 79, something along that line. It was the predecessor. The French Revolution was the predecessor to communism. Oh yeah. Anyway, will go head to head with Hungaria's Anna Luca Hamara. You would think this would stop, right? 25-year-old Iman Kilev was cleared to compete at the 2024 Olympics even after being disqualified from the International Boxing Association 2023 World Boxing Championships for failing gender eligibility tests. Wow. According to Fox News. Now, only Fox News probably would mention this, would actually bring this up. MSNBC, CNN, all the rest would make it, they would glorify it. It's equal rights for them. Anyway, the International Olympic Committee, which uses different criteria to determine eligibility, ruled Kilev eligible to compete. Everyone competing in the women's category, is complying with the competition eligibility rules. IOC spokesperson Mark Adams said, there are women in their passports, and it's stated that this is the case. Okay, right? But when you find out that they're not, then you continue it on. That's the question everyone has on the table, okay? The controversial Algerian fighter, who was alleged to have male chromosomes, made headlines Thursday by making Italian fighter Angela Carina withdraw in less than a minute. Now listen to this, and I know you guys have already heard from this from so many other content creators. Carina, who collapsed in tears before leaving the ring, spoke about the power of Kilev's punch. It says, after the match, Carina told Italy's ASNA, quote, I'm used to suffering. I've never taken a punch like that. It's impossible to continue. I'm nobody to say it's illegal. That's so sad. That's so sad. That is so sad, man. I got into the ring to fight, but I didn't feel like it's any. But I didn't feel like it anymore after the first minute. I started to feel a strong pain in my nose. I didn't give up, but a punch hurt too much, and so I said enough. I'm leaving with my head held high. And I can understand that. I can understand that. And one particular person said here on X, this person says, an absolute travesty at the Olympics. Angela Karina is forced to box against a biological male. She quits after just 45 seconds and cries hysterically as her opponent is declared the winner. Don't look away. This is wokeness. It's wokeness, but it's also stupidity. It's also madness. It's also insanity. But let's go on. In 2023, Kelleff was disqualified from the World Boxing Championships. Speaking to reporters at the time, IBA President Umar Kremlev explained the decision to Russia's TASS news agency as cited by Fox. Quote, based on DNA tests, we identified a number of athletes who tried to trick their colleagues into posing as women. According to the results of the test, it was proved that they have XY chromosomes. Such athletes were excluded from competition, Kremlev said. Kelleff did not speak to reporters after the fight. Kelleff and Hamara will fight on Saturday. End of article. This is absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. And I just had to speak some more on this. Now, there's one thing that you have to ask yourself a question is why is this continuing? Why is such a crazy thing like this continuing? Why is it continued? This should have been stopped, period. I mean, most people with the brain are speaking out against it. Most people with the brain are speaking out against this, okay? I don't even have this discussion with people that's all wokey woke. I don't have that discussion anymore with people like that. They are not a part of my circle of humanity, if you will, because you are just, you're gone. I'm not going to have this discussion with a person that agrees with this kind of nonsense, this madness, this insanity. You messed up, you're gone. But you have to ask yourself the question, why is this continuing? And the other question I would like to say is, why is it so widespread? This is in Paris. It's not in America. It's in Paris. And you have to ask, why does it keep continuing on? Because I don't believe it's going to stop. I don't believe it's going to stop. It's going to continue to spread. Think about that for a moment. The LGBTQ elemental P agenda is not only being pushed here in America, but it's being pushed in other countries in the West. And this would include that. These trans people would include that. Okay, you would have to ask yourself, why is this being pushed not only in America, but in other countries, particularly in the West? Why is this being pushed all over? I thought, some would think this is just an American thing. No, it's not an American thing. It's a global thing. What this shows me, based on my readings and studies about communism and Marxism, is that someone at the the highest echelons of control and power are the ones initiating this and pushing this. This is a global attempt to corrupt and cause disorder and chaos in our communities. That's what I honestly believe. I believe this based on books that I've read from some highly qualified researchers. I've looked up their sources. And I am convinced that this is designed to cause moral chaos. Because why would you want to make something like this global? Why would you want to make this insanity with this male who's clearly a male? Why would you want to make this global? Because I personally believe it's designed to cause moral chaos in order to bring about a slow, quiet revolution, to switch everything around. In addition to, population control, because if every man and every woman wants to be the opposite sex, they're not going to want to engage in, the act with the opposites, if you will. They're not going to want to do that. And needless to say, they won't be able to have babies, and that will keep the population at a certain level. Yes, I do believe that there's an attempt to control the population. That's been documented. There are people who actually in positions of authority and power who actually support population control, who actually believe in that. And they believe it in some of the most warped, sick, and nastiest ways. But none of that surprises me. I'm not surprised. It's frustrating, but the frustration and anger on my part only comes from the people, per se, who fall for this insanity. Because they've allowed themselves to be distracted by technology and streaming, and they've allowed themselves to be put under a trance state by all of this other nonsense that they're looking at. They've allowed themselves to be put in a trance state, so when you try to talk to them and talk some sense into them, you can't. So I don't even do that anymore. I don't even bother to try to talk sense to people like that. But the situation is clearly an insane situation. And I'm hearing that there are a lot of people that are crying out, as I said earlier, crying out about this. They're saying this is crazy. It ought not be. But for this man, okay, he is a man. I don't care. If I'm on my job, I'll say, okay, woman. But I'm not on my job. I'm on YouTube. If people are upset about this, about me saying this, I can't roll with that. I can't call a biological male or female unless I'm on my job. Now, I can't do that. I can't do that. Now, if this is at the risk of this channel getting taken down, then okay, whatever. I got other things I can focus on. I got things in my church I'm focusing on, and I'm going to be rewarded for that. The Lord's going to bless me for that. And I'm focusing on my writing. I'm a good fiction writer. Okay, so I can focus all my attention on that. Here, I'm not getting paid. So I'm going to say what I need to say as much as I can, without purposely doing something or saying something that would get the channel taken down. But I am not going to call a biological male or biological female I'm not going to do that on this channel. I'm sorry if people get triggered that's watching this and get upset. I'm sorry, don't watch it. I can't get with that. But having said that, there are a lot of people crying out against this because it has gotten out of hand. But I believe, and I hate to be so cynical about this, I believe that it's going to continue to be pushed. It's going to continue to be promoted. The lady that quit in 46 seconds stated that, who am I to say anything against it? Who am I to say it's illegal? In other words, I can't do anything about this. And this man is going to he's going to fight another person. And I hate this, man, but whatever other female he's going to fight, who knows how that's going to end up? This other woman that he fought quit in 46 seconds and stated that the punch was harder than anything she had ever experienced. The next person that he fights, God only knows how that's going to end. Who's to say that if he fights this person and hits this person, that he doesn't end up deleting this person? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be cynical, but I'm just putting the possibilities out there. Because even though when you look at the picture of this individual, when you look at the picture of the man, you look at the picture of the female, you can't really tell it's a man really fully unless you look closer. Because whatever injections he's taken at this point, it has obviously altered his body to make him kind of look like a female boxer that's in shape. So you can't really tell by looking at a distance, but you have to really stare and look. You can see he's a man by the face because he's ugly as a gorilla. But you can't really tell from a distance. However, whatever injections he's taken to alter his physical appearance, it still seems to suggest that he has physical strength. Okay. Now I've heard of situations where women have been in fights and so forth, and it hurt them. Ronda Rousey and people like that. I'm wondering if it was Ronda Rousey, had he did that to Ronda Rousey, how would that have ended? Who knows? Who knows, right? Well, people can argue with it. Ronda Rousey got knocked out several times, but because she can't take a punch. Well, anyway, if Ronda Rousey had got a hold of him, she probably would have broke his arm. But anyway, yeah, that's what I believe. I wanted to speak on that because this guy is about to fight another person, or fight another female, And in Paris, they're not going to, because what can we do about it here in America? Nothing. What we going to do, protest over there in Paris? We're not going to protest against that over in Paris because there are politicians, Democrats, push and promote and encourage this agenda here in America. We got to deal with it here in America. So let me start summing the video up on this. And I said this in the 1 minute video. The only real way that we as Americans can stop or at least hinder this madness, this insanity, is to vote the right people in office. To me, it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's not science. It's really common sense, in my opinion. You see, this is insane for those that are thinkers, those that have a brainstem. Okay, man, this is crazy. This man should not be fighting a woman, punching her and so on. It's not fair. Okay, you have Democrats that push and encourage and promote this, so I'm not going to vote for them. It's pretty straightforward. That's the only way we're going to be able to stop it. Because if not, we're going to continue. We're going to have this madness. It's going to be in America, and it's going to take over. It is going to completely, utterly destroy this country. It's going to completely, utterly destroy women's sports if we allow this stuff here. And let me tell you this. I said this in the 1 minute video, and I'll say it here. Kamala Harris, from what I understand, promotes this kind of stuff. She promotes this. So if people vote for her, this is what they're going to get. It kills me. It kills me. It kills me and grieves me when people complain and snot and poot and hoop and holler about the madness of our society and how crazy people are and how all this crime is going on and all this upside down, flip rubber double cake mess is going on. And then you get right up when it comes time to start voting. You get right up there and vote for politicians that encourage and promote these kind of laws and worldviews. It's a contradiction of what you hooping and hollering and complaining about. Not saying anyone here, I'm just saying in general. I don't want to hear, me personally, I don't want to hear it. It's just a matter of changing our voting habits. The American people have to change their voting habits. Communists, Marxists, and socialists have infiltrated our government, infiltrated our schools, infiltrated our religious institutions, infiltrated our movies, infiltrated our music. They have infiltrated our college campuses, and ever since the 1960s and even going back to the 1930s from the Frankfurt School of Marxism that migrated here in the 1930s, okay? And they are destroying America from within. And it's high time American people wake up to what is going on and vote the right people, sensible people, common sense people back in office. Local, state, and federal. And that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's what I had to say about it. What do you guys think about what this man about to fight another woman is all about? What do you think about this? You think it's fair? You think it's unfair? You think it's okay? You think he's really a female? You think he's really a male? What do you think about all this? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.